What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today in this video we're going to be going over and rounding up a bunch of the trials of the 9 flawless loot I've picked up across my characters. I've done 2 flawless runs on 2 different characters, picking up a mountain of stuff. I've got so many items, there's very few things that I don't have at this point, but I want to go through them all, my thoughts on them, which weapons are good, which are bad, the armor pieces, what you can do with them, and basically everything you get from going flawless in this new Trials of the 9, the very first week of Destiny 2. So we're here inside the social space for trials. Now this is basically anyone can go here. You don't need to go flawless to get here in the first place, like the lighthouse. Anyone can basically go here as long as you win a couple games. The main thing is that each kind of platform progresses on wins. So the more wins you get, the further you can go and the higher you can go, the more platforms give you more loot, more quest items, and eventually you go down the spire and go to the flawless kind of lighthouse area, which is reserved for people who have only gone flawless. So beginning off with the loot drops. Now in the primary weapons, we've got the hand cannon. This thing's called the Judgment. So this is in the archetype of adaptive frame, the well-rounded grip, reliable and sturdy, pretty common one. We've got steady hand, true sight and hit mark. Then you've got the slide shot. This is a pretty interesting perk. It's actually really cool. So sliding partially reloads the weapon's magazine and temporarily boosts range and stability. Now if you try this out here, you can see it basically refunds 2 bullets every time you slide. So I can shoot and then slide and just give you 2 bullets back. So this is actually really cool. Obviously it's not full magazine. It also boosts the stability apparently, although it's not that noticeable. But this is going to give you 2 bullets back every time you slide, which is pretty crazy. So this thing's a really good perk. And also PvE. Obviously the weapons don't have PvE perks, but this could be quite handy just to shoot, reload, and be able to get multiple shots off. So this is also really good because I obviously always recommend sliding as much as possible. It's the best way to move around. It's just really good to stay off the radar and you keep a low profile. So sliding is always very good, but these weapons kind of encourage that. So if you slide around a lot in and out of gunfights, you're going to get ammo back, more stability, and also on top of that get a bit more range. So this thing is really fun and definitely quite helpful as well as a trials weapon. Now, the secondaries have got a ton of stuff. We've got the scout rifle. So this thing is called the End, and this is in the precision archetype. So you've got the slideways, which again is on pretty much all the trials weapons, and also auto-loading holster. The holstered weapon is automatically reloaded after a short period of time. So basically Cocoon, which is actually really cool as well. The main perk is Pulse Monitor. Auto reloads part of the magazine when a wheel dart is critically wounded. So all 3 of these perks are to do with temporarily reloading the weapon if you do certain things. So it's actually a really good weapon perk. And obviously I'm quite a big fan of scout rifles, and I do like this thing quite a lot. It just shoots really well. It's got good stability, good rate of fire. It just looks like a really good weapon. Doesn't seem anything bad about it. I mainly like the archetype. It's just got a really good archetype. And of course got the slide, shoot, reload perk in this thing as well. Now I've also got the sidearm. Now I haven't tried this thing out too much yet, but it does look kind of decent. I'm not really too sure what to think of this sidearm. It's got Zen Moment, also slide perk, and also increased reload stability and handling when enemies are close to you. And it's of course called the Swift Verdict. Now moving on, we also have the auto rifle. Now this thing is an absolute monster, probably my favorite trials weapon so far. I use this for basically both of my flawless runs. I got it quite early on and I use this thing and I just use it non-stop. Everyone in the stream has asked me, what is that gun? It looks OP. It looks so good. And this auto rifle, honestly, it's amazing. Up close, I'd say it's obviously not a long range weapon, but even though the perks aren't that great, it's got hip fire grip, but regardless, it still just shoots really well. It's just a solid, reliable auto rifle, and it's also got the sliding perk, and also grants a short period of increased stability and accuracy on the initial trigger pull. So this thing, absolutely love it. Cannot speak highly enough of the Prosecutor. And I'm pretty sure I got 2 or 3 of these things. They're in my Vault and Postmaster, but I got a lot of these Prosecutors, but you definitely cannot get enough of these weapons. Now in the heavy slot, we've got the Sudden Death Shotgun. This thing is in the aggressive archetype. You've also got the sliding perk and faster aim down sight speed. And the final one is increased reload, stability, and handling when enemies are in close proximity. So pretty good perk there, and definitely helpful for a shotgun, because obviously you're always going to be close to enemies. When you do that, you're going to have increased reload speed, more stability, and of course better handling. So really good shotgun. Haven't tried out too much. I'm not really too sure about the aggressive frame archetype, but it seems pretty decent to me. Now the final power weapon is the Long Walk Sniper Rifle. Now this thing has got amazing handling. This thing has got such good handling, draw speed, aim down sight speed. The main perk is quick draw, so you can draw unbelievably fast. And I'm pretty sure it's also got snapshot built in because it aims down sight really fast. This thing has got amazing handling. It's just a really nice, snappy, low zoom weapon to hold, but you can't change them. It's just got barrels. But it's probably my favorite sniper for PvP I've come across so far. Wish I could use it a bit more because there's obviously not much power ammo about, but when I do, I always have a ton of fun. I've got some pretty good shots so far with this sniper rifle. So looking at some of the armor pieces, we have some flawless gear right here. And there's actually a distinction between flawless gear and non-flawless gear. With the weapons, there doesn't seem to be one. There's no adept set that's like gold, like Trials of Osiris. With the armor pieces, there's a difference between normal sets of gear and the flawless gear. The flawless gear has this blue glowing effect, and more of it is white as opposed to silver. as you can see with these gauntlets, like this blue kind of emanating aura from some of the parts. And also I've got the cloak as well. This is also flawless. And again, you can see the helmet, the face section has got this blue kind of glowing aura inside it. So that is the flawless effect only on the flawless sets of armor. And if I compare to the normal cloak, you can see there's no blue glowing effect. So that is the difference between normal and also flawless gear. And it seems that per week you can get 2 pieces. Right now on sale is the gauntlet and also the class items. So I've got both of those right now. And it seems every week there's going to be a rotation. So every week you got something new to collect in terms of armor pieces. Now in terms of the other stuff, you also get 2 emblems, of course. This is the flawless one, You Are Worthy, and this is the normal non-flawless one, Chasing Perfection. This one shows your trials at win, so every time you've won a game, this is going to show that 22. And this one, of course, shows how many times you've been flawless in Trials of the 9, which is 2 for me right now with this horse emblem. Now, there's also the aura you get, which is called the 9th aura, an aura that marks you as a victor in the Trials of the 9, lasts until the next weekly reset. It's pretty similar to the Prestige Nightfall one, but that one is more darker blue and it's got these blocks in it. This one's a little bit different, as you can see here. This basically goes above your head to show you've gone flawless. Now, in terms of keys, you obviously get those 2 to grip with the vendor, which gets you engrams, which you can open for more loot drops. And there's also 2 shaders, a normal one and a flawless version. And they, of course, color your gear based on the normal color schemes of Trials and the kind of 9 theme. Now, as well as that, during my runs, I picked up an exotic engram, and this thing decoded into the Vigilance Wing, which is kind of fitting, ironic, with the old Azaris theme going away and the new 9 theme, but got this thing from the engram, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I've got this weapon already, but it's a nice light level for pulse rifles at least. So I'm currently sitting around level 303. That is my current highest level. And Trials of 9 has been a big help for that, definitely raising it with a lot of that flawless gear helping out. I mean, most of it seems to drop around 300, and obviously with a mod, you can raise to 305. So definitely some really good stuff. And obviously the flawless gear drops at the highest light levels. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think of this stuff and what kind of stuff you picked up so far? Of course, if you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always much appreciated. We've got a bunch more Destiny 2 streams and videos right here on the channel, so make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss out. If you want to watch another video from me, then click the image on screen right now, and I'll see you guys next one.